So what are the three biggest challenges that aspiring entrepreneurs face? It's a great question. And I got to tell you, if you're even asking that question, if you're actually thinking about it, you're further along towards business success than you might imagine. Today, I'm going to reveal to you the real challenges aspiring entrepreneurs face and how to overcome them. Now, what I'm about to tell you may surprise you a little bit because I'm not going to give you the standard patented answers. You know the ones, the challenges of money, ideas, competition. Those are not the biggest challenges aspiring entrepreneurs face. Those are external things. The real challenges, the ones that actually stop people, are internal. Money, ideas, and competition aren't even real challenges. And here's why. You can start a business without money. I can show you how, easily. It's not ideas either. Well, you do need an idea, one idea. You need an idea, but not multiple ideas. And it's not competition. Competition is always going to exist. Someone will always offer something similar to what you offer. The trick isn't avoiding competition. The trick is being better at making the offer and letting your ideal client know why that offer is so valuable. You see, when you do that, competition pretty much disappears. The three biggest challenges aspiring entrepreneurs face are analysis paralysis, perfectionism, and the fear of your third grade teacher. All right, let me explain a little bit more. Analysis paralysis. That's that constant feeling of, what should I do next? Should I be on this platform or that platform? This guru says do this. That guru says do that. So what happens? You watch another webinar. You buy another ebook. You sign up for another course. And you learn and you learn and you learn. Now, all that stuff is great and can be very useful. But here's the truth. Way too many entrepreneurs are feasting on information, yet starving for results. And you don't need to live there anymore. So, the way you break the chains of analysis paralysis is by understanding one very simple thing called the business success formula. And no, this is not some rocket science, and it's not some hairy math equation. It's common sense. Here it is. If you've got something of value that gives someone else what they want, they will pay you for it all day long. That's it. And this is so important, so let me say it again. There are people who urgently want something. If you know your product or service can get them what they want, you offer it to them, they will pay you for it. When you really understand that, analysis paralysis starts to fall apart because you now know what to focus on. So here it is. You ask yourself, what do I have? What do people urgently want? And how do I connect the two? Okay, challenge number 2, perfectionism. This one often sounds like, I've got to get it perfect. And I've got to get it perfect the first time. So nothing happens and nothing goes out. You don't send the email because it hasn't been vetted 9 ways to Sunday. You don't launch the page because it doesn't look like theirs. And you don't put yourself out there because you don't feel it's all quite right yet. So here's how you break the challenge of perfectionism. And this is a Dellism. Anything worth doing is worth doing shitty at first. And it's that at first part that's the key to overcome. Look, you're not going to do it badly forever. But if you don't start, you'll never get anywhere. Progress beats perfection every single time. All right, challenge number 3, the fear of your third grade teacher. Okay, let me explain what I mean by that. You know, it's usually around the 3rd grade when we first learned what it felt like to be wrong. You probably remember, you raised your hand, you answered the question, and the teacher, Mr. or Miss or Ms., whoever, or in my case, Sister Mary so-and-so, let you know that you totally missed it and blew it. Maybe it was a look. Maybe it was a comment that they gave. Maybe it was just sheer embarrassment. But anyway, at some point, way back when, you decided, I don't want to feel that way again. So now, years later, that third grade teacher is still sitting on your shoulder, telling you not to raise your hand, not to step out, not to risk being wrong. Here's the truth. In business, there are no wrong answers. They're just different ways to get to the best one. You know, I love the story about Thomas Edison. He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I just figured out 10,000 ways that the light bulb wouldn't work. And on the next one, it did. Hey, that's business. You know, my definition of a genius is simple. A genius is someone who's seen it once before and doesn't make the same mistake twice. Which means what? It means you're probably going to have to make a mistake at least once. So the biggest challenges that entrepreneurs face are analysis paralysis, perfectionism, and the fear of being wrong. When you know how to break through them, like I've just shown you today, success is just around the corner. Okay, what if I told you there's a simple tool that makes getting past these three challenges a whole lot easier? Because when you really think about it, you don't really need more information, do you? You don't need more ideas. And you definitely don't need another voice telling you you're doing it wrong. What you need is clarity. This tool is an easy way to help you cut through analysis paralysis, let go of perfectionism, and figure out the one clear next step without any third grade teacher hovering over your shoulder. Okay, you'll see a shaded box right below this video under my name. That's where the link is. When you click it, just enter your name and email, and you're in. It's called the Product and Service Optimizer. All you do is answer a few straightforward questions about what you're trying to do and what you already have. And then it reflects back to you what actually matters next, based on where you are. No right or wrong answers, no pressure to get it perfect, just a way to move forward. If you're serious about getting past those three challenges we just talked about, go grab this tool and use it. No more analysis paralysis, no more perfectionism, and no more fear of getting it wrong. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Del out.